Every day we all find ourselves sitting at school, in the office, inside the car, or at home in a comfortable armchair or on our cozy couch. But have you ever taken a moment to consider what a proper and healthy sitting posture should truly look like? Is it possible that incorrect seating positions could actually lead to various health problems or issues over time?
You see, at the moment I'm sitting with extreme tension because I really want to sit up straight. Meanwhile, Petra just slouches comfortably into the armchair. What's the correct way now? In this video, we'll carefully guide you through the process of sitting properly. How you can sit in a way that you don't get back pain, or maybe even make it go away if you had some before. That can truly revolutionize your sitting habits in everyday life.
What actually occurs when you are sitting, and why exactly is sitting considered to be unhealthy?
When sitting, we have a 90-degree angle here. That means our hip flexor, for example, is always shorter than when standing. And the body becomes accustomed to this. So when you stand up, it pulls your posture forward and the back extensors work harder to pull against it. And that is the effect which, based on our experience, tends to be the primary reason for experiencing back pain overall. And then something similar happens with the knees. When the knees are bent, the calf muscle is in a shortened position. And when you stand upright, it doesn't really seem to want to stretch out properly anymore. Those nighttime leg cramps are directly linked to this constant overexertion. These are all little effects. We can also just go up one level.
I was just about to say that.
Most individuals sit at a desk, for example, which causes everything here to become tight and rounded. That all leads to a poor posture. And the moment everything in front gets shorter because of it, the back gets overloaded. And that's where, for example, this burning sensation between the shoulder blades comes from.
In light of Roland's comprehensive explanation about all the various things that can go on and occur while sitting, who do you believe maintained a better sitting posture from the very beginning? Was it Roland, or do you think it was actually me?
The answer to that might come as a surprise, since how Petra is currently sitting can either be right or wrong. The way I'm sitting now, or how I was seated earlier on, could also be either right or wrong. We will get to the solution, but first, it's crucial that you understand. Let's discuss the angles one more time, like I explained earlier. You are positioned with the hip joint in a 90-degree angle. Petra also holds this angle in the same position. My knees are bent at 90 degrees, give or take. Petra is more or less the same. Petra is now slouching in a rounded posture. Earlier, I was sitting very upright and tense, and I was a single source of tension just to try and hold it somewhat. And all of that absolutely is not the solution. The solution is quite different. My advice is to sit however you like, in a way that feels most comfortable for you, but balance it out. The act of balancing remains essentially the same for Petra's position, as it applies to my own position as well. We had mentioned the 90-degree angle here shortens the hip flexor, so why not stand up? Stand against a wall or freely in the room. Petra can demonstrate this, and perform the opposite action of sitting. Give yourself a good, hearty stretch, pushing the hips forward, pulling the navel back, and even letting your head go back with it. And you continue doing that for around 1 to 2 minutes, and then you've already resolved quite a bit of the tightness that was caused by sitting at that 90-degree angle. We said the knees, when they're bent, then the calf shortens. So stand against a wall, step back with your foot, straighten your leg, and move into the stretch. You will then feel a gentle pull in your calf muscle. Make sure to repeat this same stretch briefly on the opposite side as well. These aren't lengthy activities. You can easily do them during a short break whenever you have a moment to spare. During the standard break that occurs every 45 minutes at school, students have the opportunity to do this. In the office, you can somehow set a timer to make sure you get up at least once every hour to do that. And don't forget the upper area here. The upper area, you can actively pull it back actively. I'll show it in the corner. Yes, you can actively pull yourself back with your arms, or you can go into the corner, bending forward while keeping your arms stretched out, and you'll get a wonderful deep stretch in that position. Especially with the last exercise, you are going to love it, because once you've truly felt it, returning to your desk with a completely reshaped and improved posture changes your entire everyday life dramatically. Even though you're sitting, regardless of the position.
I believe you've now acquired a really solid understanding of how sitting actually works. You probably know several people who sit a lot. That is precisely why I truly believe this knowledge should be shared widely with others. And by doing so, you're doing a huge favor for many, many people. So it's best if you share the video with your friends, family, acquaintances, and colleagues. Oh, what do I know? So with everyone you know who frequently tends to be a bit more sedentary.
Everything has become much easier now. You just balance it out and don't have to worry anymore about where or when you sit down